Hi, welcome to Weekly Roundup. This week going to be a little bit different from the last couple weeks, a little bit of change from talking about Pesticide Recertification Day. Joellen Lattman from New York State IPM is joining me because we have talked before about, I believe, our pollinator plots that are going to be going in soon.
We're really excited.
Yes.
Spring is kind of sort of coming. We see some signs out there. So
Yes.
what we're waiting for right now is a time when the ground is going to be bare, with a good snowfall coming. So we've got, it's getting warm, it's getting cold. We have great frost heaving that's going on out there. So that creates a lot of open spaces for the soil to accept the seed. And then when the snow goes on top of it, it's going to press it down even farther. And then when that snow starts to melt, it's going to actually be drawn down into the soil through capillary action and pull the seeds
Oh.
even farther down. So very exciting.
Yes. Yeah. So if you follow the New York State IPM blog, that group has been kind of reposting relevant to the current times blogs that have been up. And so I thought this would be a good time to do it, not only because we're planning on this project, but because your blog post about, let's see, dormant
Overseeding for turf grass. So that blog post was actually specifically for school athletic field managers.
Okay.
And this works best when you have bare spots on the ground, which you can tend to have after the end of a football season, especially
Yes.
if it got cold really fast and there wasn't time for the turf to respond. So you've got bare areas. You're going to get a lot more frost heaving in those areas.
Okay.
You just put down seed, and typically we're going to put it down at twice the rate that we would during the growing season, because we are going to have some loss due to rot because there's a lot of moisture out there.
Okay.
So if we are going to have spring sports, we would put down a perennial rye at a rate of 6 pounds per thousand per thousand square feet. If we're going to wait a while before people are on the field and we want that Cadillac of turf grass, Kentucky bluegrass, then we would seed it in at a rate of 3 to 4 pounds per thousand square feet. And it just gives it a head start. And again, you're getting that great seed to soil contact without having to get in there with equipment to do the same job when the soil's usually moist and you don't want to put heavy equipment on the soil.
Yes, and so talking about conditions, and you had mentioned like some seed loss you seed at a higher rate than you would at other times of the year because of potential rot issues. So we're looking ahead to the weather so we can plan at least a little ways out for when we might want to be seeding. And for instance, like next week, we're supposed to get more snow.
Right.
But
So I was looking at the 10-day forecast, and Wednesday it's supposed to rain, and then we're going to get 3 inches of snow. I'm concerned about putting it down after it rains. I think it's going to be really wet. So next week isn't going to be our week. So
Right.
we'll keep looking out to find that perfect time to get that seed down where we think it's going to be the most successful.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly from the blog post, and I may not be remembering correctly, but we still want to make sure that after we seed, we do want it to get below freezing at least once more, correct?
Yes. It's almost
Yeah.
like maple sugaring. You want cold nights, warm days to really get that frost heaving going.
Yeah, so as close as we're getting to spring and you can kind of feel it in the air, I'm really sorry. But if you want to do this, we got to cross our fingers for at least a few more cold days.
Right, and we really should get those conditions because March can be our snowiest month. So I'm feeling anxious. I'm probably feeling more anxious than I should because
Yeah.
it's still February. We will have time to do this. We will get it down. We will find those perfect conditions.
Right.
And we'll get it out.
Yeah.
And we'll video it, and then we'll
Yes.
post that.
Yes, and I still have, I think, a couple videos that haven't gone up from our preparation, so we'll get all of those put together. I know we have our sod cutting process up
That's
on
right.
our Instagram, which was an experience
That
out
was an
here.
experience.
I don't think I got to drive the aerator, which I
You
thought
did.
was super fun.
The only other thing that I wanted to mention is if we're doing this for turf grass, we would want to use a spreader, and you would calibrate it to the specific seed size that you're using, and that's usually on the bag and the spreader, and you can correlate that. For our pollinator seed mix, and I don't know if you can see that this particular mix has 8 different seeds in it that are going to be all different sizes. So if we were to put this into a spreader, it would sort itself out, and we want to get even distribution. So we are going to do this by hand.
Yes. And we also don't have huge areas that we're seeding right now, so
That helps us
it's
as
very
well.
doable for us. And what else? Oh, and now is also a good time. It's still a little bit too early, but if you're thinking, because we might make some more plots with a few different preparations, including solarization, that's something to kind of start thinking about and planning and being ready for pretty soon, I would think, right?
We're going to check with Soil and Water on the
Oh,
timing,
okay.
because they're going to lend
Yep.
us their tarps for that process. So we're
Yep.
fortunate that way,
Yes.
and they are very familiar with that project. So we
Okay.
will go with their guidance.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, just it's still a little bit too early to actually get started and get those tarps down.
And those tarps are going to
Yeah.
be down the entire growing season, and then we'll seed in the fall. So we've got lots of time
Yeah.
for that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we just started this a little bit too late last year. Sun wasn't quite high enough anymore to get warm enough to really get the effect that we needed
Right.
to do it last fall. So you can also look forward to hearing about that.
Exactly. Stay tuned.
Yes, but for now, I will also, if this is something that you're not familiar with, I'll link to the blog post, and I believe there's more information on the turf management site.
On the
maybe?
Cornell Turf Grass
Yes.
Program website. So we encourage you to sign up for the New York State Integrated Pest Management blog. That link will be on there.
Yep.
You can just go to the particular blog you're posting to, and on the right you can sign up.
Okay. And also, like, I follow the IPM blog on Facebook, so I get to see when these things are reposted at at the times they need to really be
Right.
seen.
Facebook,
So that's-
Twitter,
Yep.
Flickr.
Yeah.
We do most of the social media
Yeah.
things, except for Instagram, which we really need to do.
But yeah, so those are some things to keep an eye out for. Just one more little plug. I don't want to talk too much about it today, but since the last couple weeks have been very much focused on it. But Pesticide Recertification Day is coming up. We did not do the registration mailer this year. We just weren't getting enough of them returned from the mailing. A lot of people are signing up online. We do have it available online for you to print out if you'd still prefer to mail one in, or you can let us know if you'd like us to send one out to you. But it was just a huge mailing that we only got a few registrations back from. So we're trying it out this year. We'll see how it goes. But I will also post the links again to our registration, online registration, and that mailer, so you can find that. And hopefully I'll see you in a few weeks.
Great.
So awesome. Thank you, Joellen.
You're welcome.
You can look forward to our updates on our pollinator and low input lawn project that we've got right outside in the Voorheesville office. Yeah, we'll be doing a little bit with that this year, seeing how things come in.
Sounds great.
So, all right.
Thank you very much.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.